And this was the Hornets pulling into the arena. A lot of the guys dressed in their very best. Now they turn their attention toward picking up a win in enemy territory. In the game arrival, sponsored by Express. Dress like a pro. There below is Barclays Center and the borough of Brooklyn, where there's never a dull moment. Hi, everyone. Greetings from 2K Sports. Get ready for some NBA action. Welcome, everyone, to the broadcast table. Chris Webber to my right, Greg Anthony to my left. I'm Kevin Harlan, and David Aldridge on our sideline. And obviously, the season's just begun, but never too soon to check out the power rankings. Let's see how these teams are stacking up. Taking a look at Oklahoma City, they're gaining on some of the teams above them, trying hard to crack into that top 5.
And right now, Brooklyn, they've sure made a statement here early on, outpacing some teams that were expected to be better, owning that top spot and defending it with pride.
Here's the starting group for the Charlotte Hornets. Rozier and Monk, they're the backcourt. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist out there with Bismack Biyombo. And it's Batum in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Nets, Jordan is out there with Wilson Chandler. Then there's Harris. And it's Durant. And it's Irving at the point. Looking at teams with new coaches, Chris, how long do you think it usually takes a new system to get the kinks out and work properly?
Yeah, hopefully you have veteran players because they can adapt the system a little bit quicker. Younger players, they might not, know the lingo. They might not know necessarily where to be. So you have to practice. And with practice time not being as a premium like it used to be, it's a little tougher. So it takes a while. You want to make sure you kind of look at the season, 82 games. You look at it in 4 20-game stretches, and you hope by that second 20-game stretch, you're into finding your rhythm as a team, and the team's starting to hone in on those little details.
Good perspective. And KD throws it down.
You want no part of that when Durant gets speed going at the rim. Stepping in the way is a fast track to ending up on a poster.
Rozier, the pass to Biyombo. Knocked loose. Batum with the steal. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Monk's got the ball. No good on that one. Great D that time from Irving. KD finds Chandler. Now Jordan. He's covered by Kidd-Gilchrist. Outside, KD. He can't hit that time. And Charlotte will come the other way. And this is their first time matched up with Brooklyn this year.
And last year, an entertaining season series between the two ended up battling to a draw.
And we're watching two teams looking to make that next step, Greg. I mean, they want to break out of this middle of the pack thing, prove they can do some damage. Oh, he did everything right there except hit the shot.
Harris passes to Chandler. Count that bucket.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
A slow start for Charlotte in this one. Still without a basket in the game. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
You got to give them an A for effort. Just fell a little bit short in that one.
It's one of those games where home court played a big role. There might have been a different result if they were in their own building.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Now, here's Monk. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Here's Rozier, and Durant sends it back.
Durant has arms that just keep on going and going and going. You aren't going to be able to just get a shot by him.
For Charlotte, they've gone 0 of 4, missing their first 4 field goals here.
Yeah, and the Hornets, they had a very strong bench, not only with their scoring, but how they impact rebounding and passing. I mean, one of the better benches in this league.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Here's Irving. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And the Hornets have had a strong bench for a while now.
Yeah, depth isn't a problem for this team, Kevin. Having a formidable starting 5, though, has been. They need to consider trading some depth for an upgrade at the starting position.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
Yeah, they might be pressing a little. I mean, forcing some things. This is a good opportunity to calm everyone down.
Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. Number 1, the Nets.
Just a terrific job over this stretch of forcing turnovers and capitalizing. They'd love to continue that trend.
Kid Gilchrist against Chandler. Biombo kicks to Rozier. They double him with Irving. Here's Biombo. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
Here's Irving over in the corner. Chandler. Irving against Rozier. And that one, good. 6 points for Kyrie Irving.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Hornets trail by 12. Outside, Batum. And stolen by Jordan. Lobbed up there for Chandler. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. They've decided to pound the ball inside, using their physicality to set the tone.
Here's Rozier. Wilson Chandler making his last shot. Here's Monk. It's not going to go for him. Some solid defense from Harris. Durant down low. Defended by Batum. To the middle. Kid Gilchrist with the steal. 1:51 left to play here in the first. And now it's Chandler running. He can go all the way. And Chandler throws it down.
Look, right there, that's not even fair. Durant just showing off his quickness and length on the defensive end. He gets the steal to jumpstart the fast break.
Charlotte calls timeout. Good shot selection, largely dependent on getting open. Which players do the best job of moving, you think, right now without the ball?
Period. Klay Thompson, 60 points, 11 dribbles. Did you hear me?
I got
60
it.
points,
Shocking.
11 dribbles.
It almost looks like a
He's
misprint,
sick.
doesn't it?
Yeah, it is.
And a new group out there on the floor for the Nets. So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Zeller, he's checked in for Biombo. Williams comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Bridges, he's checked in for Monk. Devin Harris subbed in for Terry Rozier. And here's Harris from the arc. And again, the Hornets missing. Brooklyn leading by 16. Dinwiddie's shot is off. And even 3-on-3 break. A floater, and there's Devin Harris on the assist by Batum.
Well, when Batum, Kevin, spots a wide-open teammate, he zips the rock to him quickly. Just exceptional vision.
LeVert finds Prince. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
There's 49 seconds left here in the first quarter. Batum scanning the floor. And Rodion Kurucs picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. .41 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And it's Williams throwing it down.
And the size Williams has allows him to rise up for these type of dunks. A terrific athlete.
Dinwiddie against Harris. Dinwiddie passes to LeVert. Here's Allen. He feeds it to Prince. And he makes that one.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
Pass to Williams. It's stolen by Allen. Here's Kurucs. And it's off from three-point range. Harris with it. It could go. And that one released in time, but no good. And so it's Brooklyn with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. Their transition game has been in full effect. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And the Nets pretty much in control here, it would seem.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Well, no question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
And it's Harris with the ball for the Charlotte Hornets. They trail by 16.
Yeah, first year for Coach Borrego as a head coach, but he had a solid start. He's from the Popovich coaching tree. He was given the reins of the Hornets, and he was tasked with improving their offense.
So on the floor for Charlotte to start this second quarter, Williams and Zeller make up the front court. Batum is out there with Devin Harris, and it's Bridges in at the 3 slot.
And Batum really likes getting shots off from the interior, using those long arms of his well to release the shot over the defense.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Charlotte's had to wait a bit the last few years. Now, the city hosted the All-Star game last season. But for the Hornets, they've gone 3 seasons without a playoff appearance and 15 seasons without winning a playoff series. In that time, the franchise has had 7 head coaches and a shifting front office. Buzz City is hoping that its wait for playoff relevance will end soon. Kevin?
We all are. David, thank you. And with Borrego as coach, offense certainly was more fluid.
Yeah, Borrego, he stresses ball movement. He encourages his players to look for early offense, more spacing in his system that benefits the whole roster. But he's not going to back off when he's down. I mean, when he's got a chance to attack the basket.
That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Brooklyn, things going their way so far in this season. Right now, they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. And, of course, Charlotte, quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
And seeing where the Nets are, they are, in my eyes, one of the big surprises of the young season. I mean, no doubt the talent was there, but I just didn't think it would come together this fast.
But yeah, you weren't alone in thinking that, but you got to credit the coaching staff. I mean, they've done a terrific job.
Well, if teams are getting shaken up a bit, coach is usually the first to go, get fired. Do you think teams get too trigger happy with that aspect, coach first and then looking at the team?
Yeah, I do, but unfortunately, if you're the head of the team, that's the responsibility, and that's kind of that's your job to take all of the heat. Being a coach is such a thankless job. You don't get thanked unless you win the championship. If not, it's like good job, okay. We don't care about the fires you put out. We don't care about the players you develop. We don't care about the chemistry you built. You didn't win, and so yeah, coaches are usually the first to go, and it's unfair. But hopefully they have some connections and they have a good resume, because they'll be back around somewhere else. They'll pop up somewhere else.
They sure will. And the upcoming schedule for Brooklyn. On Friday, it'll be the Sacramento Kings coming into town. Then on Sunday, they'll tip off a road trip in New York where they'll take on the Knicks.
And just looking ahead to what's on tap, there are a lot of winnable games for them, but you can't go into the stretch with that mentality. You've got to focus on what's in front of you and bring it every night.
Looking at who's out there now for the Nets. Jordan, he's checked in for Allen. Chandler comes in for Taurean Prince. And Joe Harris is subbed in for Spencer Dinwiddie. Now, here is Hernan Gomez. Following the shot by Kevin Durant. Stolen by Durant. Bridges against Irving. Shoots over Kid Gilchrist. Now Irving. 17 points in his last outing.
Look, Irving rarely misses from downtown, even way outside. He's a knockdown threat.
Rozier the pass to Hernan Gomez. Monk with the ball. Harris is there. Monk with the ball. He's picked up by Irving and stolen by Harris. Moving it up for the finish, and KD throws it down.
I love seeing that kind of unselfishness. Irving has proven to be a sensational teammate.
And so it's Charlotte with it. It's an 18-point game. Rozier the pass to Hernan Gomez. Here's Monk. The putback. Got a piece of it, but they'll get another chance. And Irving comes to help. The pass to Bridges. Kicks to Monk. Fires from deep. Rebound, Brooklyn. Jordan's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Well, last season for sure, Greg, a bit of a journey for DeAndre Jordan as he went from the Mavericks to the Knicks before his free agency. Now he is a part of Brooklyn.
And both KD and Kyrie took pay cuts to get Jordan on board. Still a factor with his size and defense despite a lackluster year in 2019. Nets are hoping he can find his magic and be a force once again.
Here's Irving following the bucket by the Hornets.
And how about the vertical of Jordan, easily rising up for the timely alley-oop slam.
Hornets trail by 18.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Rozier kicks to Bridges. Passes it to Monk. Now here's Rozier. 5 to shoot. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And Chandler throws it down.
Now look, an assist like that gives Durant more hype than any other play he makes. He loves creating an easy bucket for a teammate.
Charlotte has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Here's Rozier. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him.
Timeout. Clearly caught him off guard with that move. Not the guy you'd expect to bust out a spin, but it worked beautifully there.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And one of those little spark plug guys, Terry Rozier, plays the game with Greg, I think, a chip on his shoulder.
I mean, the story goes, as a kid, when his temper flared, his mother would have to sit on him until he cooled down. He's learned to channel that fire and emotion into his game.
LeVert's checked in for Kevin Durant. And then for Charlotte, Biyombo is checked in for Hernan Gomez. Williams comes in for Miles Bridges. And it's Batum for Rozier. Now, here is Irving. He's got 9. Harris's shot is off.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
That's the awareness that Kid Gilchrist has out there. Excellent at knowing where the open man is.
Here's Irving, following the basket by Nicholas Batum. Irving. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one on Monk.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
And the Hornets making a change here. Harris is checked in.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Biyombo. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Okay, listen, you got to body him up when he's in the paint. If you play off of him, then that's just 2 easy points.
Here's Irving. Biyombo with the block. Harris outside. Down low. And that's good from Bismack Biyombo on the assist by Harris. Biyombo's got 4 points in the quarter. And we've reached halftime in this one. It's the Nets. They lead by 14. Stay with us, folks. We'll get back just after halftime to start the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, folks. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. It's the NBA on 2K Sports, and let's talk the first half. It's Brooklyn out in front at the half. They lead by 14. Kenny, what do you think?
They've done a lot of things well, but the way they've taken care of the basketball, valuing each possession, so critical to the tempo, so crucial to the offensive flow. They've got a great rhythm, as smart and as safe as they're playing. They made it clear they're not going to beat themselves today.
And Big Fella, your thoughts on the Hornets?
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotations. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked. You know, I like eating that barbecue chicken. They got to do better, Ernie.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at Kyrie Irving in this game, he has been everywhere.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And as they can't slow him down, you know what you do? You keep feeding them and feeding them and feeding them. This is the right game plan.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So for Brooklyn now, we've got DeAndre Jordan, Wilson Chandler out there with Durant. Then there's Harris. And it's Irving in at the point guard position. Now, here's Monk. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Here's Kid Gilchrist from outside off the mark. Nets leading by 14. KD finds Jordan. Lets it go from deep, and that's good. Kevin Durant for three. KD's got the first bucket of the third here for the Nets. Charlotte's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Poke loose. Pass to Rozier. The feed to Biyombo. And it's Biyombo with the jam.
Oh, man, elevating his passing ability. Dimes like this from Rozier help him establish chemistry with his guys.
Here's Irving. And he banks in the layup. Irving's got 13 points.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
And that's what you love about him. He shows no mercy, even with a comfortable lead.
They get it back.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Outside Durant. It's Biyombo with the rebound. And there's the call on Durant. That is his first foul of the game. Brooklyn making some changes. Jared Allen's checked in for Chandler. And Dinwiddie subbed in for Irving. Cody Zeller's checked in for the Hornets. Rozier the pass to Biyombo. Batum attacking. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Come on, man. The concentration that Batum has had on these and-one plays is amazing. He's used to finishing through physical contact.
Brooklyn making some changes. Taurean Prince comes in for Jordan. And it's Rodions Kurucs in for Durant. Hey, Chris, this year pioneer Chuck Cooper inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame. Long overdue, wouldn't you say?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, he was the first African-American player ever to be drafted. I mean, let's just think about that. The Jackie Robinson of basketball. He paved the way, and what he endured, and his teammates, by the way, of all colors, is well documented. And I think the Celtics need to, and I think they will retire his number 11 and have it hang up in that famed Raptors of theirs over there.
I agree. Count that one, and the Nets' lead has been cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Monk. Dinwiddie up top. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. As we get a break in the action, let's take a peek at the team's scoring leaders. Number 1, the Nets.
I mean, it's an exciting brand of basketball that they're playing. They've got such deadly weapons. Teams have had a heck of a time trying to slow them down.
The first one falls. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Bismack Biyombo. And both free throws good for Prince. Well, we're into the third quarter, just over 2.5 minutes played. And here is Rozier. He's averaging around 5.5 points a game. Here's Monk, and Charlotte again with the bucket.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
And the Nets miss again. Hornets trail by 12. Out to the right wing. And that one is good. Monk's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
And one of the more underrated elements of his game. This is a guy that's always in control. Love seeing him finish even with the contact.
Here's Allen. Prince, right side. Second shot opportunity. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss. Hernan Gomez has got 4 rebounds in this game. To the paint. And the dunk by Zeller.
Well, they're getting stops. And they're attacking on the offensive end.
Yeah, Now that's how you mount a comeback. They're not all the way back, but they're getting close.
Now here's Dinwiddie. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Back to Prince. Pass to Karuch. 6 on the shot clock. Goes up again. Herman Gomez grabs the miss. Herman Gomez has got 5 rebounds tonight. That one's good, and the Brooklyn lead is cut down to 6 on the bucket from Bridges.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
Anyone can tell they've ramped up the intensity. I mean, they're more assertive, and especially at the offensive end.
LeVert's checked in for Brooklyn. And then for Charlotte, Marvin Williams is checked in for Miles Bridges. And Harris subbed in for Terry Rozier. Now the pass to LeVert. To the inside, Allen. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
The Nets have been good at the free throw line. This one, 7 of 8. And Allen drops them both.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Harris passes to Monk. We've got 1:28 left here in the third quarter. Yep, it counts.
And you see the improvement in that mid-range game by Monk. He really wants to be a knockdown threat from all 3 levels on the floor.
And here's Harris from the arc. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Hernan Gomez has got 6 rebounds in the game.
And after watching Willie Hernan Gomez, I mean, play a few seasons, it is clear he has skills on the offensive end. It's the rest of his game that needs a little bit of rounding up.
And so it's Dinwiddie with it. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. They led the game at 1 point by 20. For 3, Harris. Zeller grabs the board. Hornets trail by 3. Guys, this offense very effective.
And guys, the defense has been no match. They've just picked them apart.
He's made the most of the halftime break. He shook off the problems he had in the first half, and he started to settle in.
Here's Dinwiddie. And just miss after miss right now.
I love to see the defense exhibit some passion in protecting the rim right there.
But they recover it. Now, here's Monk. Tight defense on him. Got it. Good job in the low post. Monk's got the lead up to 1 now for the Hornets.
And you've got to give them a lot of credit for just battling back into this game.
Yeah, Greg, there's no panic in them. I mean, staring at a big deficit, they still kept their poise and went to work.
From deep. And that shot was up in time, but doesn't go in. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Nets lead by 1. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
I mean, well, if you're the coaching staff, I mean, you're pumped up. This highlight will not only make it on the TV, it'll make it to the film session.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Setting the floor for the Hornets, Michael Kidd-Gilchrist out there with Marvin Williams. Then it's Devin Harris, and there's Bismack Biyombo, and it's Batum in at the 2 guard. And he can't get the first one. And he sinks the second.
Well, I mean, a semi-productive trip to the free throw line, but we'll see whether or not it costs them.
Pass to Biyombo. Outside for Batum. And the jam by Nicholas Batum.
And really, Batum is so adept at draining these shots off the drive, using his speed and athletic frame to easily coast to the rim.
Jordan finds Durant. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And here's the upcoming schedule for Charlotte. They'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards. And then on Saturday, the Chicago Bulls come into town, tipping off a homestand for them.
And looking at the matchup with the Heat, you know they're going to be amped up for that one. And they'll need to be. That's going to be one tough game for that group.
Now here is Harris. And it's sent back by KD. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Kid Gilchrist. He can't get that one. Great D that time from Jordan. The Nets shooting pretty well at 46% from the floor. Nets passing it around. KD kicks to Harris. Jordan trying to free himself up. And a miss there on the triple. The Hornets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start the fourth quarter. And Batum throws it down.
Whenever Batum gets a lane to the hoop, he's looking for the throwdown. The D has to do better against him.
Just over a minute and a half played here in the fourth. Irving passes to Durant. Now here's Jordan. He's guarded by Williams. And here comes Harris leading the fast break. Pull up Jay. Rebounded by the Nets.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Come on, you can't be selfish. You got to be willing to make the next pass. Otherwise, you're just predictable.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
Well, Greg, this is why they go to him in these spots. I mean, they trust his judgment and ability to score down the stretch.
They are just killing him on the interior.
On the wing, Harris. KD looking around. It's stolen by Harris. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Here's Williams. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Kyrie Irving.
Williams plays with aggression, which is why he's able to draw contact while he's shooting.
Terry Rozier's checked in for Charlotte.
Well, the former Tar Heel Marvin Williams isn't a primary offensive weapon on this team, but he could chip in with some solid shooting and other options to take it away.
Here's Batum following the basket by Kyrie Irving. Batum against Harris. Here's Biyombo, and the shot goes down.
And after a first half in which their offense shot under 40%, they've got the lead, and they should count themselves to be lucky.
And C-Webb, as you mentioned, for Williams, he can shine if teams don't focus on him.
Yeah, Kevin, and he's always had a smooth skill set near the basket. Solid enough shooter from range to make you pay if you leave him alone.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Pass to Harris. Outside, KD. Harris finds KD. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
I mean, look, Durant's an incredible player. I don't know how much better you can get. We've had a front row seat for quite a while watching his game this season.
And the Hornets making a change here. Monk's checked in.
And he's got such a smooth stroke, and it never changes, even in this kind of a high-pressure situation.
He's off on that one. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Monk.
And Durant, on the move like that, so difficult to defend. Even if you're standing there waiting for him, he can still create an advantage. Oh, he's never rattled at the strike. Always has that nice soft touch on his free throws.
Rozier kicks to Batum. And it's in there. Batum's got it all tied up now for the Hornets.
And these big shots are ones Batum hits all the time. He is so calm in these moments.
Irving attacking. Durant, the pass to Jordan. Durant against Batum. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
When KD gets it in that close to the rim, you're out a good option. He's so good. I mean, sometimes you just give him the foul. You just give the foul.
Yeah, critical that he's able to convert there. Now they've taken the lead.
Now, here's Monk. Over in the corner, Batum. And Jordan sends it back.
And really, that's the brilliance of Jordan. Just denying those shots there with tremendous power.
How many clutch shots have we seen Durant hit? It's countless at this point, and he keeps adding to the total.
Now, here's Monk. "55 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Nets have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Now here's Durant. Pops it up for Jordan. Too long in the paint. He's hit with a 3-second violation. And so he hits the technical free throw.
Yeah, Kevin, the last thing you want to do when you're behind is give away another point in the technical.
Irving against Rozier. Irving attacking. They get it back. Back to KD. Irving dishes to KD. Clock at 6. And another shot. Here's Chandler. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock, and he commits the intentional foul. Gets the first, and that increases their lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Good league gets even better with excellent work at the stripe.
Charlotte calls timeout. They're trailing by 7. 11 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now we get the chance to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Kevin Durant.
And he's had a very good night shooting the basketball. A little over 50% from the field. And a lot of those shots have come against some tight D. That shows the level of his focus and consistency.
What a connection he has to these fans. They love him here. And the more he has games like this, the deeper that connection gets. Charlotte calls timeout. They're behind by 7. 1 second left in the fourth quarter of this one. What do you think, guys?
And I don't think they'll be able to climb out of this hole.
I'm really curious to see what their strategy is at this point. You can't afford any wasted possessions.
There's Bacon. It counts. And so it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yeah, but I really got a sense that the fans gave them that emotional boost that was needed down the stretch. This crowd, man, they were electric.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Chris Webber, Craig Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.